Welcome to the Black Delegates podcast. Today's date is September the 10th, 2018. Today is episode 31. Welcome back, everybody. We have my co-host here, Ghetto Phenom. What's good?
I'm in the building. I'm back in the building, and I'm glad that you are back as well.
Paul, the Box Wine Poppy.
I can't top that, so I'm just here, man.
Of course you can't top it. You can't top it. You can't stop it. So I like you just bowing out. That was a good decision.
No mas.
And I am the Black Ryan. How y'all been, fellas?
Doing well.
Good.
It's been a few days. So it's been a uneventful week for me, man. I guess I will start and I will go first. This week in blackness. Boom. Yep. Just gonna talk because that's what we would normally do.
Took 31 episodes. Finally happened.
Yeah. Well, I need time to gather my thoughts. So it was one of them rainy weekends here in St. Louis, or at least they predicted a lot of rain. It didn't rain as much as they said it would. So I plan to take advantage of it by doing absolutely nothing. Even got a chance to take a nap on Saturday. How about that? I ain't took a nap in like 5 years.
Tell us more about this nap.
Shout out to naps. Shout out to naps. I ain't took a nap at home since Trenton was born. So it's been a long time, man. It was nice too. Only like maybe an hour though, but I'm fine with that. What else? Sunday got a chance to, or no, that was Saturday. Saturday got a chance to sit down with the young boy and watch some ninja movies, or at least a ninja movie. I talked Trenton into watching American Ninja. I haven't seen American Ninja since I was a kid, and I saw it on Amazon Prime, so I pulled it up. We watched some American Ninja, and I must say, man, back in the day, that would have been a straight rated R movie for the killing and stabbing people with swords, but it was so weak. No blood. A few cuss words here and there, but hey, it's no more cussing than Spider-Man. So I felt like this was age appropriate. So I win the Bad Father of the Year award. Trenton loved it. He was like, Daddy, that ninja movie was so awesome. I don't know why he's saying awesome. Don't nobody say awesome around here, but that's what happens when your kids watch YouTube. So that was pretty much my week, man. Watching some American Ninja. So I would say my week was... What's dude's name? Steve Jones Black. Because my man Steve
Kung Fu
Jones
Joe?
was in
You talking about Kung Fu Joe?
Yeah, Kung Fu Joe. Yes, he was in it. Even though he got washed, he got whooped and dumped a bucket of water on the dude's head, man.
Man, yeah.
I don't like how he went out. He went out like a sucker, but it was still cool.
There is no white Kung Fu movie where the black dude lives at the end. The black dude, the friend black dude always has to die in every white Kung Fu movie. It's required.
But he usually dies right close to the end. Like he didn't die.
No.
It's like
in Bloodsport. Remember when like the big dude, the dude that was like Animal from Revenge of the Nerds, and he was like the other fighter, and you have to die like midway or 2/3 of the way through, and then the last third is like you not only getting the girl but also avenging death. Yeah, you got to get the girl and you got to avenge the one dude's death. Yeah, that's how it always works, man. So
that's every movie, black or not. Yeah. So, how was your week, Paul?
My week was trash, man. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but watched a lot of football. The foosball, as Ryan likes to call it. But I watched a ton of football this weekend. So, man, I love it. Ooh. As I've said before, I'm a huge sports fan. I'm into all the sports. And, this summer was better than most because we had a lot. We had the World Cup and things like that to keep us occupied. Whenever it's like not a World Cup, not an Olympic summer, it's always a little bit more boring because there's nothing but baseball on, and I love baseball too, but I can't watch it like that. But we had that few week period here where there was nothing going on. Now football's kicking up, and there were some great games, so I did that. And the big thing around here is, man, everybody's trying to get ready for this hurricane, man. So there's a big hurricane coming up to North Carolina, and we're sort of in the path. Not really, maybe so. I don't know. I've been trying to look to local news. I don't really watch local news ever unless it's something like this. And then I'm like, okay, I need to actually watch local news now. So I'm doing that. But my wife went to. I was meant to go to the store myself today, but I didn't get a chance to. My wife went. She said the entire water aisle at Wal-Mart, and this is a big Walmart, was all cleared out. The entire aisle was just gone. No water to be found anywhere. And they had signs saying, "Don't ask for no water because it ain't here."
But was there French toast available? was there bread, eggs, and milk. That's what we need here in St. Louis. Anytime there's a storm,
it was pretty.
Everybody runs out of gear.
It was pretty. That was gonna be my question, y'all. So when there's like a natural disaster or potential threat of a storm, because y'all have snow, we don't really have snow where I'm living at right now, but we have these hurricanes every now and then. Even though we're not really close to the coast, but like, what are the? Do you guys make any runs? Do you guys get any essential? And what do y'all consider essentials? What I need? What does the Black delegation consider essential things must have in the event of storm outages? I need to know.
Well, here is different, man. Different people handle it differently. So when it snows, some people go all out, full bore. I'm running the Wal-Mart, Target, whatever. I'm getting 800 pounds of salt. We filling up the deep freezer. We got to make sure we got gas for the generator. And some people don't really do anything. I'm more on the latter side. I don't do a whole lot. Like, I might go and get a couple little items of food, but unless they really are talking about a hurricane, which we don't really get in Missouri, I'm not really going all out. Because every time they talk about, this is a storm of the century, nothing ever happens. Yeah, so I don't really go all out like that. But when I do go to the store, I might be like, I'm going to get this bread. And I see people with just 3-4 carts just pulling everything in the world.
My wife said it took 30 minutes to go through checkout. They said Walmart had, usually we go to this Walmart, it's a huge Walmart, but there's like maybe, they have the self-checkouts, but then they have like maybe, even though they got like 30, like any Walmart, even though they got 30 aisles for lanes to check out, there's only like 2 cashiers usually. They said they actually had like 7, so that was like a lot. And they said it still took 30 minutes to get everybody through when my wife went through there, so terrible, man. What about you, Ryan? You got the kids, so I know you probably have to stock up a little bit more than Ish probably does.
Yeah. I mean, I got to make sure that we don't kill ourselves in the 12 hours we locked into the house. Because it's only going to last 12 hours. No matter how much it snows, but in the next 2 days, it's going to melt. So if it snows on a Friday night, I'm not getting out the shovel. I'm not going to break my back. I'm not going to be out there doing all that work. Because by the time Monday roll around, it's time for work. It's going to be melted enough for me to drive out the driveway. Guaranteed.
Look, man.
And that's just how it is here. Food-wise, I just got to get some food. I got to get some snacks. I don't want to hear nothing, some cereal, some milk, stuff like that. But I ain't out here trying to I make sure I get some eggs because I want breakfast cooked. You know what I'm saying? I want some eggs and some sausage. That's how I do it.
Look, man, this is a conversation me and my wife have every single time one of these things happen. Because in Tennessee, like, we weren't close to the storms, but, we get like, like there may be an earthquake or there may be a hurricane. Because there are earthquakes in that part of the country, supposedly. So we'd have these conversations like every now and then, like, what do we do if like there's a tornado or this, that. And the conversation would always invariably go like this, like, I heard that so-and-so is getting a generator. How come we haven't got a generator? And it's always like, well, if we were going to get a generator, I shouldn't get it today because it's going to be marked up like 5,000%. I should have got that 6 months ago. And then invariably we just never buy the generator. So I don't have a generator. And but my wife seems to know these people that have generators, or we know people in our family that have one. And they're always talking about like, I'm going to gas it up, get it ready. And I'm like, I'm not doing all that. I'm not buying a generator just to be sitting here. Do y'all have generators? That's what I want to know. No generators.
Nope. No generator.
I mean, I always figured if anything happened, we just going to start looting. So that's what happens here anyway. If anything happens, we just start looting.
Ryan ain't going to have no heat, but he's going to have a 42-inch TV sitting there. Right out the box.
Right.
But so that's all, man. Just getting ready for the storm. I don't think it's going to do too much, but just kind of preparing for that. And other than that, man, the other news was Oscar De La Hoya just announced to TMZ that he's going to run for president in 2020. So we might have we went from Donald Trump potentially to having Oscar De La Hoya for president. And I'm just letting the Black delegation know y'all are on notice. When the Brown delegation gets in power, we are going to be putting our thumb down on everybody, including y'all. So y'all watch.
He's running for the president of the United States.
It's not from Mexico. The United States.
I did not think about that when you said it. I'm sorry.
You thought he was running from Mexico?
Said it earlier. I didn't even think, man. I was just like, it ain't here. No way.
Yes, he is. He is an American citizen.
He's an American citizen.
My bad. That was pretty racist. Y'all.
Yeah. So he's saying he's going to run for president. I think this is probably just a marketing thing because he's got the new GGG fight. The Gennady Golovkin. Triple G, yeah.
GGG.
He's a Republican, right?
Amateur boxing fan.
Alvarez. Hey, well, I'm a Canelo fan anyway. Although GGG is Triple G is the man, honestly. But
so he's a Republican, right?
I mean, he's a cross-dresser, that's for sure. I don't know if he's a Republican or Democrat, but he's a cross-dresser, and he's also a recovering alcoholic. So I feel like, if anything, those two facts put him in the Republican camp, but I'm not sure.
Right. Like he probably has some Russian ties. The way they say Trump has that tape out there. De La Hoya's tape, part of it's already out there, so maybe he might be on
Trump's tape.
Right, exactly. That's the deal.
I don't mean to belabor this. I mean, I want to move on to Ish, but like just going back to that De La Hoya, like those pictures, like that was in that era when you could reasonably believe things really were Photoshop. I mean, now that's the standard excuse. Anytime something leaks, it's like, oh, is this Photoshop? And now nobody believes it, or you could.
I actually don't think I ever saw it before.
Oh man, you got it. They're worth seeing. Dude.
Look it up right now.
He's in. Make that the screen capture image for this episode, man. The dude's in a full boxing stance.
Family friendly show.
The man's in a full boxing stance with high heels.
As long as he's dressed appropriately, we will put it up.
He is not dressed appropriately.
He is not dressed appropriately.
Fishnets head to toe.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's what he is.
He's for the Mexican delegation, but look, man, the entire people took a L when those pictures got leaked. That was some
you need to tell him
there.
not to run for president just because of these pictures, because now we got to bring it back up. Yo, he's leaning up against the wall with his hands. Oh man, this a L.
Yeah, and they say De La Hoya likes white girl, not the women.
China white.
China white. Exactly.
Yeah. I believe it, but hey, he could definitely be president. I don't know. He's got the charisma. He's got the name attached, and definitely nobody can beat him in the ring.
My
man got his leg up on the tub.
Hey man, you got
Ryan is bookmarking these pictures now.
These are trash. This is just Google Images. Well, go ahead.
Ryan, I know he got that same outfit in the closet right now.
I don't want to keep talking about. Right. I want to keep talking about your boy.
You trying to do?
My wife got this outfit in her closet.
Oh.
Ryan doing that reverse image search, like, ooh, can I find this in my size?
And that answer will be a no.
All right, for my week in blackness. Let's see. I'm going to say my week was Wentworth Miller black.
Oh.
And I got a couple things that happened. So, first of all, I'll go into today first. So, today had a charity, well, not charity, but a fundraiser golf tournament that I was in. And so, went to work for a couple of hours, had a meeting while I was at work that whole time, and then got to go and golf for the rest of the day. And it was pretty dope. It's actually Tashara Jones, the St. Louis City treasurer, holds this fundraising tournament. So got to go out there. It was mostly black people on the course. There were some white people there too, but a good event. My golfing game today was trash. Paul, I know you say I always brag. Today, it was straight trash, just doo-doo. I did make one good putt. I made like a 20-foot putt that really should have been a pitch, but I was playing so bad, I'm just like, man, I'm putting it. And hold that, had maybe 2 or 3 good drives, but the rest of my game was trash today. But got to do that. That was fun. So
God did rest on the 7th day.
Yeah, he rested today. He took the day off. He was like, yeah. So, but it's all good. A bad day on the golf course is better than a great day at work most of the time. So
that's for sure.
I'm good with it. Secondly, yesterday, my big cousin, my older cousin, hit that big 4-0. So we threw a party for her, surprise party. So that was cool. Just going out, spending time with the fam. Partying it up, and she was pretty surprised. She said she had an inkling something was going on, but she wasn't sure. Like, she didn't want to come into the place like, I know you guys are there, and then nobody be there. So she was shocked, and so that was a good moment. And so I'll be knocking at that door soon. But when we were younger, she would always say, "Oh, this is my little cousin." And now I flip that around like, oh, this is my older cousin, even though we're only a few months apart. Lastly, the main topic that I want to talk about, and this is part of the reason why it was Wentworth Miller Black. So I went to our favorite little chicken and fish and chicken shack that we like to go to. Little hood chicken place. And I went there. I forget which night.
Got a name drop.
There are no fish and chicken places that aren't hood places. Just so you know.
There are some.
We got a few now, like Hawaiian grills and New York spots. They do fish and chicken.
Yeah. So went to this spot, man, and order. Actually, usually I'll order some chicken and some catfish, like wings and catfish or whatever. For this day, I'm like, I'm gonna just get the catfish and roll out there. My wife, she got her, some wings and tilapia or whatever. So I went out there. I called in ahead. Went up there to pick up my food. And there's a guy, he's a Middle Eastern guy. I don't know where he's from. Oh, no, I do know where he's from. He's from Iraq. And he's there. It's probably a young guy, probably 23, 24, maybe a little older, but in his 20s. And so he's talking to the people that run it, and they're also Middle Eastern dudes, and they're real cool. And so he's talking to them, so I go and tell them, hey, I had this order, yada, yada. So the guy just starts talking to me. He's like, hey, man. He's like, what do you like here? You like to eat here? I said, yeah, I like to eat here. Clearly I'm up in this mug. But he's like, yeah, what do you like to get? Again, it's a fish and chicken spot. So I'm like, well, I said, I like the wings here. So I also like the catfish. And he's like, oh, man, black people love chicken, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, Black people love some chicken. And I could tell he wasn't from here. This is before he told me he was from Iraq. So I could tell he wasn't really from here. So I just kind of smiled like, yeah, because again, I can't be mad. I'm buying some chicken right now.
He caught you.
And so I'm like, okay.
Should have been like you and every other nation in the universe loves chicken.
Right.
Talking about.
So I just kind of laugh it off or whatever. Like, yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, man. He's like, one day, he's like, I took a whole chicken to school, and this black dude, he just ate up all my chicken, man. And he just like laughing, like, yeah, it was so funny. He ate all my chicken. I'm like, dang, you ain't even getting none. He's like, no, he ate it all. Black people love chicken. And so I'm like,
did you explain to him that Ryan stole the chicken out of the office for
right? What? And again, that's the thing, because part of me wanted to be offended, just be like, this is not appropriate to stereotype black people and say we love chicken. But we've been on this podcast. How many times have we talked about chicken? Ryan was talking about Chick-fil-A. He's showing love. Somebody stole the chicken at his job. Like, we talk about chicken all the time. I'm part of a black podcast where we talk about chicken. We love chicken.
I thought you was going to say you was on a Facebook group that loves chicken.
No, I'm not.
That's coming next.
You are. Right. You
part of a Facebook group of chicken lovers.
You actually lead a group like that. But yeah, so that was interesting. Like I said, the guy said he was from Iraq, and I told him, I was like, hey, I'm getting the fish. And yeah, black people love fish too. That's the fish and chicken. And so it was just an interesting moment. But like I said, I knew he wasn't from here, so he doesn't really know that history. So I didn't say nothing to him. I really wasn't even that offended, because I'm like, where to lie at? So.
He had a bite of chicken in his mouth while the guy's saying,
right. What are you talking about? That is racist. Can you give me some hot sauce for them wings? No.
Yeah, he's gonna catch the wrong one day. That's for sure. He's gonna say that same thing to somebody else.
That's what I was gonna say. You probably could have saved his life, because when the time comes and the next black dude come in and he tell that chicken joke, it ain't gonna go over. Yeah. It ain't gonna go over well.
Well, my hope is that the people that were there that he knows, I'm hoping they'll kind of talk to him, because they were even looking at me when he said it. They were kind of looking at me, trying to see how I was going to react. And so, but like I said, I'm like, he ain't lying. So
you should have waited until he went outside and pulled out one of those Camel cigarettes and said, "Y'all love Camel cigarettes? Y'all love them? Y'all love them? Yeah, y'all love them."
Right.
Anyway.
One racist term deserves
another. That's right. That's equal opportunity offenders here.
I actually thought about that. It's like, what if I say something like racist to offend him? And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that, because he literally didn't mean any harm. But the interesting thing about that, too, is, so clearly I gave him a pass. I'm like, I'm not tripping off of that. That's minor. But if it was a white dude, I would have felt some kind of way about it. So I think we give other races and ethnicities passes that we don't get white folks. But part of that is because they should know better. Like,
and we're not often being racially discriminated against by other brown people either.
Right. I don't know about that.
So we can give you some.
I don't know about that. Go into one of those convenience stores and see what happens to you.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, let's get up off that. Let's get into these topics, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, first topic. LeBron and Kevin Durant recently, or not recently, that was some years ago, they said they got together.
2011.
And they did, 2011, they did a rap song, as every black man does.
Right.
Also a stereotype that's true. I don't know a black dude who has not got on on a song and recorded it.
Bars.
So they did the same thing. It's kind of a rites of passage for us. And they wanted to find out if they were men yet. So as we do, we went into the booth. They wrote down a couple rhymes, and some kind of way it got leaked, quote unquote.
Yeah, well, supposedly they said it came out in 2011. It's not great. We can talk about the review in a second, but I guess the dude kept remixing it. The producer that had the track, but he wouldn't let it release it. I guess LeBron's people wanted to keep it under wraps. Supposedly there was some talk about including it in the NBA 2K soundtrack, and I guess that never happened anywhere. And so finally it got leaked like this week or whatever like that. What do y'all think about it? I thought it wasn't terrible. It could have been worse, but it wasn't great either. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Ish.
I didn't even get to listen to the whole thing. I mean, from what I heard about half of it. I mean, it was regular. It was pedestrian, Good effort. Like Ryan said, almost every black dude at some point, you try to spit on wax. So the fact that they did it, I don't even want to rate them because they didn't put it out there. I mean, it was regular. It was like, it reminded me of Issa Rae, like her raps in
Broken P.
on the Insecure.
Yeah.
It was
Actually,
Issa level.
That was a much better song.
No, man. Okay, so I can tell neither of y'all listen to. I broke this down, man. First of all, there's only two.
Hold on.
verses.
Can I give my opinion?
Can I
give you a trash opinion so I can go ahead and
can I give my opinion?
Overrule this.
Can I give my opinion?
Go ahead.
Man, I tell you, black man always being kept down. So
you went on your own podcast.
Listen to KD. KD was cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
But then for some reason, somebody thought that LeBron should go last.
No.
And all of us know who have ever rapped before, you put the trash dude last. I mean, in the middle. You let him go first so people can skip that part, but you don't put him at the end. You try to put him in the middle. So if you got 3 people, stick him in the middle. If you only got 2, put him first. That way maybe people will listen to the second part. But man, why did LeBron go last? Because it was trash.
It was
pretty bad. I feel like that might have been his first time rapping. Maybe that's what it was. But he got a lot of time on his hands, so I figured he should be a better rapper.
It was like Durant's was clearly better. He had some good puns in there. The one thing I didn't like about that was funny to me. First of all, I love the Jamal Tinsley line. I don't know if you heard that part in their rhyme where he's talking about pacing on your ass like Jamal Tinsley.
Yeah,
because he's talking about the fight. He's talking about the Malice in the Palace. That was awesome. Then he dropped in a Skip Bayless LeBron James feud comment in there. So those were 2 great lines.
Yeah. Saw that.
But then when he says Maryland at the very end, the way he says Maryland is just so funny to me. you got to hear him say it's like Merlin. So anyway, I was laughing at that. But LeBron wasn't very good. It seemed like his whole rap was like. It was like Nike was like looking over his shoulder, like, don't say anything, any curse words, don't say this, don't say that. And it was all like just like this. It was like a big long Nike commercial rap.
He was probably worried about that, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. But it was
because they can't say nothing.
He talks about his goons and some stuff in there. He's talking about his family. But yeah, LeBron's part, they could have just left that out. It could have just been like a 1-verse single of Durant. That would have been fine because Durant definitely had better verses than him for sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say. KD has bested LeBron now in the finals and on a rap verse.
I think you're right on that.
So
one.
Who's the greatest? Who's the greatest?
I think you're right.
Can either one of them get with Lonzo Ball? ZO2.
He's better rapper than both of them.
Are you serious? I've never listened to him. So you tell me.
I'm serious. Yeah, I think he's
okay. Who is the best ball playing rapper.
Ish, you said you don't know? You said you ain't hear him?
Who?
You didn't hear? You haven't heard Lonzo?
Yeah, I heard Lonzo. Yeah, I think.
So what'd you say?
I think Lonzo is better than both of them too. Although I just went back and I was kind of listening to it, and yeah, KD, his flow was natural. Like he seemed comfortable at it. Yeah. But yeah, I still think Zoe is better. But the best rapper in the game is Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's
a fact. Yes,
not even close.
And what about
that intro on his album? It was still one of my favorite songs that came out that year.
What about the Kobe, the Allen Iverson? Those
Kobe was trash. AI was pretty much trash. He had a little bit, but
AI was literally trash. I wouldn't say Kobe was trash. It just wasn't good.
No,
I would say LeBron was better than Kobe.
What?
Kobe apologies. This is all
not
Kobe
trash.
apologies.
It's just not good. What sense?
Because trash is really
Kobe
trash, dude. I'm not gonna say he's trash.
Kobe stan, bro.
It wasn't trash. It was on an R&B song. So how dope can it be? Ain't nobody spitting fire on an R&B track with Brian McKnight.
Give me one line from any Kobe song ever. I just want to hear it just one time, Ryan. Go ahead, drop it off.
I don't know any.
That's right, exactly. It's trash.
I don't know any.
But I bet you can quote some Shaq lines.
Oh, for sure.
Shaquille O'Neal with the win.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that's settled. We know who the real MVP is, and it's KD.
Definitely KD, for sure.
Don't step on the court with him, and don't step in the booth with him. Let's move on to.
I wonder if KD. I want to see KD go against Clay, China Clay. I think China Clay got bars, man.
Rapping. Do we have some Klay Thompson raps?
No, I just feel like in my heart. Clay got some bars.
Yeah, just looking at him, if he has like 3 MGD Ultras, I think you can spit some bars. That's Clay. That's the way he looks. If he has 3 MGD Ultras, he's just gonna start flowing. That's for sure.
Have y'all seen him dancing though? I mean,
we didn't say it was gonna be good. It was just gonna be fun. That's all we said. We didn't say it was gonna be good.
Okay, yeah, it'll definitely be fun.
It'd be like some Little Dicky raps or something like that.
Who's the worst rapper in the NBA? Ron Artest?
Of all time?
Ron Artest was pretty trash.
I think all of them, pretty much.
Besides,
I think Shaq was decent.
I think Iverson might have been pretty trash. He might be the worst. If I remember. C-Web actually can rap a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I do remember C-Web. Man, cool. Just think about, these are all the dudes we hear about, but just think about, there's got to be other dudes that that was so bad that we just never heard of them, and they just
of course.
let it go.
Yeah.
Those got to be awful. And
but I'm going by people that rap. Like Ron Artest had an album.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it was trash because I listened to it. Yeah, it was trash. All right. I'm going with Ron Artest or Allen Iverson. It's a tie almost.
I'm going with Kobe just out of spite.
Yep, it's not a complete podcast unless somebody hates on Kobe.
That's right.
All right. So let's move on to their shoe brand,
That's
Nike.
Right.
Nike has been in the news all week long, and Nike is now banned in the USA.
Yeah.
Several places have said that they will no longer support the Nike brand due to their, I guess, what's the right phrase for what it is? Campaign. Their ad campaign with Colin Kaepernick. So
he's not even like I saw the commercial the other day, like during a football game, and like he's not even. I mean, he's definitely got a prominent role in it, but he's not the only. It's got. I mean, they're doing it in such a way where they're not like making it all around him. I mean, he's getting all the media controversy and stuff like that. But I saw the commercial. Like it's like 8 other athletes, all big names, and then Kaepernick's like in the middle there. It's like you can't even just like you're getting this worked up about a dude that's like 1/10 of one commercial. It's like. I know there's gonna be other stuff rolling out, but it's like, come on, man, this is really what you're wasting your time on. But anyway,
and I don't want to talk about this too long. So we talked about it last week, but we even said, or I remember saying that you got to be hella racist to boycott Nike over Kaepernick. When you didn't boycott them over other stuff, like Ben Roethlisberger was signed with Nike when he first started getting those sexual assault allegations and all of that stuff.
Had like 3 cases.
Right, 3 cases. Sounds he was like a Nike guy.
Sounds like a rapist.
Right.
Sounds like a rapist if you got accused 3 times.
And nobody burned their shoes. Nobody banned him. But the thing that's happening now, so we got three different entities. We talked about just the racist folks who are out there burning the shoes and tearing them up and all of that. But now we actually have, Kenner, Louisiana, which is a town or a city or a town in Louisiana. The mayor wrote a memo to all the city employees saying that the city is no longer to accept any Nike deliveries for city business. Like they said, you cannot buy Nikes. I don't care if you're the rec center and you supplying shoes or athletic gear for the kids. No Nike allowed. So he wrote out this memo, banned in Kenner, Louisiana. Also, of course, Missouri can't not get in on the racist fund. The College of the Ozarks.
Never heard of it.
I think that's a Christian, little small Christian college.
Never heard of it. And never.
They had like Nike gear, I guess, for the sports team. They said, no more. We're not buying Nike, or we're not going to let Nike supply us anymore.
I'm pretty sure Nike ain't tripping off that. They're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, also Truett.
Nike didn't even know that was their school. They was like, who sent them shoes?
Right.
They don't even have a contract. They just buy their stuff from Foot Locker at regular price at retail.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Finish line.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Truett McConnell University, another very small Christian university, has banned Nike from the school. So just want to know what y'all think, that it's not even just people, but these are organizations that are so fed up with Nike supporting Kaepernick for saying, stop shooting black people.
Wake me when it's University of Alabama. Wake me when it's wake me when it's Southwest Missouri State. Wake me with something like that. Don't wake me when it's Kenner, Louisiana. I've actually heard of this town. It's tiny, and they're talking about the rec league program. Okay, all you're doing is hurting your own kids in your own town. If somebody's buying Nikes and giving it away to kids in the rec league, which I'm sure they're not doing, because any rec league I know of, the parents usually have to pay for that. It's not funded by the city that they're buying rec league jerseys for kids in rec league. I don't never heard of that. So this is an empty thing in Canada. That was just like the mayor doing something to get his name out there and align with an issue because he knows this is in a deep rural area. College of Ozarks and Truett McConnell. I mean, nobody's ever heard of these places. This probably actually got them trending for 5 minutes. No one's heard of them. Right. No one's going to those schools unless you already going there. Nike does not care. So whenever it's like a major university or something like that, let me know. But I mean, this is all going to blow over. And Nike, I mean, they made a business decision. It's a little bit controversial right now, but I think it's going to be fine overall. I'm not too worried about this, and who cares? We're giving them more credit than they deserve out of this.
Yeah, Truett McConnell said they are taking Nike out of the campus store. They're not selling any more Nike. Any Nike they got right now, those proceeds going to be donated to the Wounded Warriors and the Fraternal Order of Police.
The Wounded Warriors project,
because he disrespected police and troops.
Well, they're
not standing for it.
The Wounded Warriors project, if you can go look this up, man, they've had now years of controversy, because if you look them up, man, they sit there for every $1 that goes to Wounded Warriors, like literally 90 cents goes on spending on admin for stuff like parties, big other fundraisers so they can get more money. Yeah, and big shindigs for themselves. Man, only like 10-20% of the money that goes to Wounded Warriors even makes it to programs that help the troops. If that.
Yeah, that's how a lot of those nonprofits are.
So real talk. Yeah. They can say, this is all just, they want to align on these little political issues, but okay, they're just throwing their money away. So do what you want to do, donate that money to Wounded Warriors, and it's all going to waste there too. So you're throwing it for a big shindig for other people to have fun while you ain't getting nothing out of it. And the people that you donate money to ain't getting nothing out of it either. So if that's what they want to do, knock yourself out. I'm sure Nike's not going to be hurting.
Yo, when I read this story, or when I originally heard about this, all I could picture was Paulie from The Sopranos wearing a tracksuit, wearing Nike tracksuits down in Kenner. So I'm sure that's what all those people look like, talking about they not wearing Nike no more. First of all, you're a township. How much Nike are you wearing, bro?
None.
You got on the black hard bottom shoes. You probably got one sheriff. And you got a deputy. That's it. Y'all ain't wearing Nike. Stop fronting. So they really just wanted to have some type of a news brief, have a headline in their little local week paper. Right. Dorothy, print this up. No more Nike. Like, but y'all not wearing Nike anymore.
But it goes to show the power. I mean, like, Kendall, Louisiana, Collegeville, these are no-name places, but they get this thing, and now they're being talked about on podcasts and being in the obviously news articles. This is what they wanted. That's all they're getting out of this. That's it.
Tourism just boosted 0.05%.
If somebody trying to get reelected or a school president that wants to stay in office, like, look, we stood up against Nike.
School president, dude, this is somebody trying to get elected to the neighborhood watch.
Exactly. So,
lame.
All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of
more Nike. Yeah.
We got more Nike. And I'm going to say this first. This is one where you have to watch the video. So
Definitely.
We always talk about putting things in the show notes. We're going to have a link to this video in the show notes. Go ahead and hit the pause button now, whether you're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening to this. Go look at the show notes. Click on this video about Nike Tyson, and watch the video first. Otherwise, you're really not going to feel what we're talking about. So some of you all may have already seen this video. This was an incident, of course, happened at a Wal-Mart parking lot. Where else?
Florida.
But Florida. In Florida, right. Florida and Walmart.
90% of crimes in the world happen at the Florida Walmart.
Anytime some type of World Star-esque incident happens, is at one of those two, and in this case, both.
No.
So anyway, we got this pregnant woman who is being accosted. The video said a white man. I don't know if this man is white. He looks kind of Middle Eastern to me. But this black lady, pregnant lady, is being accosted in the parking lot by this man. He's all up in her face. She's looking for help. Ask somebody to help. And this black man comes out. Older guy, 50s, early 60s, something like that. Comes out. Paul, what did we talk about last week? The Nike Monarchs, right?
The Nike Monarchs. So, now that I put y'all on game about what the Nike Monarchs are, now y'all notice them everywhere. See how it goes?
Now, I already knew what the Nike Monarchs were, so you ain't put me on.
I knew what they were, but I didn't know the name of them.
Yeah. So we see this black. To me, he's a hero. To y'all or to Ryan, he might not. He's a weirdo.
And to me, he's Ray Lewis. To me, he's Ray Lewis with a Hawaiian shirt on. That's all. That's all.
Right. So like I said, watch the video. But basically, it's an altercation where this lady's asking for help. Black man comes out. He tells the other man, hey, back up. It's a pregnant woman. You don't need to be in her face like that. The guy turns to him like, well, you a man. The black dude pulls out the strap, puts it on his side. He doesn't point it. He just puts it at his side like, hey, what you want to do? You know, they go back and forth a little while. The other man, the white / Middle Eastern man, ends up hitting him in the hip, and the black man punches him in the eye, blacks his eye. So what do you guys think about this? Who's the hero? Are they both weird? Whatever.
You want to go first, Ryan?
So since you called me out and you've been leading up to this all week, I know you just couldn't wait. So as I was watching the video, first thing I thought was, oh, okay, cool. This black lady's in trouble. Black man to the rescue. Straight with that. No problem. Thank you, sir, for your service. All of us, if we saw a woman in trouble, pregnant or not, help them if they need help. I'm fine with that. He came up. He helped her. Told the white guy to step back. He wouldn't step back. And this is where things went a little wonky for me. My man went from, excuse me, ma'am, can I help you, to hashtag get the strap. He pulled the strap out immediately. It was like, sir, you need to step back. Boom, I got the gun at my waist. And that's where I was like, whoa, like, this dude's crazy too.
Yeah, but you're forgetting this is Florida, though. This is what you're supposed to do. This is the law in Florida.
Look,
this.
Man,
stand your ground.
I don't care. One crazy does not deserve another. I need both of y'all to calm down. And immediately when he pulled the gun, I was like, oh, this lady needs to get in the car and she needs to go. She got to get out of there because now she don't know what's going to happen.
For real.
So I'm still watching. She's still standing there. I'm like, get out of there. What are you doing? And she's still standing there. She's still talking. She's still arguing. And white dude is not backing down. My man had balls of steel.
Man, that's the crazy
balls
part.
Of steel. He thought he was bulletproof.
Put that gun away. Put that gun away.
He yelled at him too. You better put that gun away.
You're not a man.
Put
You're
it
not
away.
a man.
You're not a man. And when somebody yells at a person brandishing a gun and you tell them to put the gun away like they your kid, man, you tripping. And I was like, lady, you need to slide off. But she didn't. She hung in there, and I'm like, what is she doing? And that was really my issue with that, man. I won't talk for too long on it, but what'd you think?
Man, my issue, first of all, was the dude, yeah, he had like a little bit of a tan to him, a little bit of like ethnicity, I think, but it's still a white dude because that outfit was all white dude. He had, let's break down this dude's outfit. He had this I call this, I really want to change the name of this title from Nike Tyson. This should be Dad Shoe Off. That's what this should be called because the white dude had the dad shoes on. He had the white athletic socks that were just sloppy, like real like loose at the top. Then he had the jean shorts on, the t-shirt with the tucked in, with the gut just hanging all out sloppy. And so all this transpired against the dude with the Hawaiian shirt on, the boot cut jeans with the roll, the Monarchs. But look, when the dude pulled out the strap and dude did not back down, and then kept arguing with him for another minute or two. I'm like, this dude's crazy. And then he proceeds to go off with the weakest punch. This punch.
He punched the dude with the gun.
Look, man, he didn't deserve to die for hitting that guy, but he deserved he deserved to die for how weak that punch was. He deserved to die for that. Like, if you're gonna hit the man and you're going to get killed, at least get a good blow in. At least knock this man off his feet. This dude hit him with his right hand, like a body blow to the gut. And it was like like me, like, kind of like playing with my kid, just kind of like, hitting him in the stomach, a little bit in the ribs, just like that. That's how hard he hit him. And the dude just cold cocked him in the eye. I don't know if it was the butt of the pistol or what, but I mean, just, and he was like,
that was his fist, fam.
And he was like, my eye. I mean, yeah. So this dude got a gun, and you're gonna sit there and hit him with a weak little punch. You deserve to get blasted.
He stumbled back though, like he had literally lost the eye.
Oh man,
like half his face was
man.
Like he got hit by a raptor claw.
Oh man, it was definitely like a WWE move. Like he got hit, and he's like, oh man, my head exploded. He backed up like 20 feet. He was like, you MFer. Like, oh man,
I can't believe that.
But what's crazy? You got this is Florida. I mean, literally, we talking about a month or two ago, a dude in a parking lot, a cost of another lady in a car. And it was the circumstances were somewhat reversed, but the dude hit the guy, and then the guy backed up, and the guy pulled out a gun from 20 feet away and shot him and killed him. And this dude, he sees the gun. The dude sees the gun and still hits the dude, and he lives to tell the tale. And it's crazy. I mean, like, I'm glad cooler heads. I'm glad the dude did not actually use it. I didn't like that he pulled out the gun necessarily, although he was telling the dude to back up. I see why he did it. Some could argue like, hey, that was a little too extreme, but the dude was like saying back up. But the dude showed incredible.
Oh, his pants are also cuffed. His pants are cuffed over the top.
My man's got a Hawaiian shirt. My man's got a Hawaiian shirt on, a straw hat, cuffed dad jeans, and and then the Nike Monarchs. That dude looks crazy. I would not mess with him from jump as soon as he came out of the store with the outfit on.
Also got the lanyard. He's got a lanyard hanging off the side. I'm looking at it right now. Why does he have a lanyard?
And look, the way that man pulled out that, kind of indicated he had the gun. Like, he's done that move many times before.
He had the one leg back. Yeah, the gun with the hand. He had that one leg back.
Yeah, he did. He's done this technique many a time with the straps. So
in our class, we called it a contrapposto.
The contrapposto.
Which I know about that. Yeah, he got that contrapposto stance.
and that's why I feel like this dude, the black man, the hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
He got the Monarchs. He got the hat on. He got like the fedora, the straw fedora, or whatever. Like he's a hero, and he handled it perfectly, like to a T. Everything he did was perfect. So first he ran up. He told him, back off the lady, like get out of her face, chill. When the guy stayed in his face and turned to him like, well, she a lady, but you a man. What's up? Then
why is she so calm?
I'm going to tell you why she's calm. Because she got this black superhero right in front of her. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too. She knew when the strap came out. So when the black dude pulled the strap out, put it by his side. And that's just like, back in the day, you watching the movie Boys in the Hood or whatever, little hood movies, dude just show they piece. Like, hey, is it a problem? And you just lift up your shirt a little bit. That's basically what he did. He just pulled it all the way out. He didn't point it. He just showing, look, you don't want these problems. When the strap came out, now the pregnant woman and the woman who was filming it initially,
sorry, I'm watching it.
They both went into this mindset of, okay, we got a black man with a gun out. If the police come, we got to protect him. He's protecting this black woman. Now they got to protect him. So you saw the pregnant lady pulled her phone out and she's
recording. Come on, man. Get out of there. What are you doing?
No, she don't need to get out of there. He saved her life. Now she got to save his. Because if the popo came, they're going to shoot the black man on sight. So they got to be there like, look, no, this is a man doing right. So I'm with the black dude. What was you going to say, Paul?
Was the main camera person?
Stack of papers? Is he doing taxes?
Well, I know the pregnant lady was
he doing taxes at Jackson Hewitt?
I know the lady was.
What was he there for?
I know the pregnant lady was filming for a minute there too. But whoever was filming the main, was that the girl that was driving the car? Because it seemed like the pregnant lady kept.
She was just a bystander.
No, okay, because the pregnant lady kept getting the passenger seat. So I was like, well, there must be somebody driving the car.
She said her son.
She said it was 15-year-old.
Yeah, she said it was like her son was like 15. So I guess it was like a road rage. Like maybe the kid driving cut him off or did something that made this man mad, and that's why he accosted them. But this lady, she just saw this, white or whatever dude come up all up in this pregnant lady's face. So she's like, I better start filming this.
Come on, Ishmael. Let's be adults here, man. Let's be adults. You got your son in the car, 15 years old, with a permit, learning how to drive. This dude pulled out the strap very quickly. You got a white dude who has cargo pants on that have very full cargo pants pockets. You never know what's in the pocket of a cargo pants. I'm just saying. Right. And y'all turn y'all back on the man, not once but twice. And you telling me that this was a safe move for her just to be hanging around while you got two crazy people arguing over nothing. Well, especially after my man just hit him in the face and he stumbled back like he's about to die.
But my problem is with you calling the black man crazy. He's a hero. He deserves respect and accolades, okay?
I respected him until he pulled the strap out 5 seconds later.
He had to pull the strap out.
I need you to have more restraint than 5 seconds worth of restraint.
No, the issue was when the white dude, we'll call him white dude, when he turned to him and put his hand in his face. Like, that's a threat. It escalated that quickly because the white dude took it there that quickly. If he would have backed away, it would have been cool. But for the black man, listen, this dude got this hat. He got the Monarchs. He cool. Like, he was very forceful of telling this man to back. But for me, I feel like the pregnant lady was comfortable. She's like, this dude is good. Like, he got his strap. He not pointing it all crazy. She just felt calm in his presence. So I'm a salute.
If he's not crazy, did she invite him to dinner afterwards?
For some chicken.
What?
Are you okay to have this brother at your house afterwards for saving your life?
I'm sure she
did.
Let
me cook you dinner, sir. I guarantee she did not because he's crazy.
No,
you can't have this dude over your house. He pulled the strap out that fast. 5 seconds.
To protect her. Protect that pregnant black woman.
Hold on, time out. We need to move on. But I'm just going to go ahead and break this tie because we clearly have a black delegate disagreement. And so the brown delegation is going to step in. And I'm siding with Ish on this one. This dude's a hero. Get this weirdo mess out of here. The dude's a hero.
How you gonna flip sides, brother? You said he was crazy at the first part. When you first started talking.
It was slightly bad for him, but overall, in the totality of his actions, he was right. He did what he's right, and he showed remarkable strength. I mean, I
said he did what was right.
That other dude,
and then he pulled the strap out.
That dude gave him so many in Florida, knowing the laws we know. That dude did several different things that could have got him shot.
Right,
and that dude, the restraint he showed in not actually shooting him is, I think, laudable. Now, had I wish it not got to that point where he had pulled the gun out, I wish the guy had walked away when he got in the guy's face. That the other dude was in the wrong. He whatever the issue about the driver or who got cut off or parked in the wrong spot. After some point, once you see the pregnant lady get out of the car and you see the belly, you gotta if you're sitting there through the window, maybe you don't see her belly, you can't. But once you see that there's a pregnant lady, you sitting there arguing with her, just let that go, man. Just like, okay, call her MF or B, whatever you want to call her, but just walk off, man. Just like, hey, okay, I've said my piece and got up out of here.
Right, and the last thing I say, how the dude ain't crazy. Because he ended up putting the strap back. Like, once it was clear that he didn't need that, he put it back in the holster.
Let's give him points for putting the strap back in his pocket.
Yeah, because if you crazy, if you out of your mind, you just going to have it waving around.
You do have to give him credit.
Look,
You got to give him credit.
He's like, it's danger. Let me pull this out. Oh, danger is going away. I can handle this without the strap. I'll put it back. Dude hit him with that weak hip punch. Counter punch to the face. Boom, he handled it perfectly.
Yeah,
let's go on to.
And if you're ever the white dude and you try to punch, you decide like, hey, I might want to get shot today, and you're gonna punch a dude that has a gun and is ready to use it, and looks like every indication that this dude has done this move before.
He may have wanted to die.
Yeah, he may have wanted come to the face. At least go for the one hitter quitter. Do not never. You could break down the boxing for it. Never. You do the body shots after you've done worn the man down. After you've done going like 4, 5, 6 rounds with the man. Then you start going to the body shots and take him down like that way. You're never going to take him down.
White Jesus definitely protected him.
You're never going to take a man down with a body shot on the first blow, especially a weak. He didn't have his feet set. Nothing. It was all trash. Let's move on, man. Come on, let's go. Let's get on to Insecure.
Next topic.
So you want me to introduce this one?
Go ahead.
All right. So we're gonna try to do a new segment this week. We're gonna talk about Insecure. So Insecure, show on HBO. We're on season 3, episode 5. For anybody, if you're following along or you haven't seen this week's episode, you may want to pause it here. But we're going to get into the latest episode of Insecure that came on last night. What do you guys think?
Even before that, so again, check the show notes. We will put down where this conversation begins and ends. So if you haven't started watching Insecure yet, or you're a couple episodes behind, check the show notes. We'll tell you where to skip to, because we don't want to bust these spoilers and mess you up. Or if you just don't care about Insecure, just go ahead and skip to the next topic.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we will be doing these every week, though, as the season goes on. So hopefully y'all enjoy it.
And let us know what you think. You like it, you hate it, hit us up. Email us, hit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. So without further ado,
Ish, do you want to? How you want to do this? You want to do an overview? We want to do a scene by scene, or just an overall
just give thoughts.
Round robin of what you thought?
Just give thoughts. I want to hear thoughts. We all saw it. We know what went down.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'll start. So just a general once over without saying any details. So I watched this episode. I was very excited to do last week's episode. So unfortunately, we was not able to listen to that or talk about that one. Leading into this episode, I thought this episode was all right. I thought it was all right. It redeemed itself at the end, and we'll get to that. But I thought it was all right. I give it a good 3.5 out of 5.
This episode was kind of whack for real. And I like the show. I like Insecure. Last week, it was my fault because I hadn't watched it yet. But I like Insecure, but this episode was kind of whack. I really wasn't a big fan.
Now I feel better, so I'm going to move mine down to a 3.
Something must be going on. This hurricane must be affecting me, because I am agreeing with Ish on every single issue this week. And this episode of Insecure was 100% trash. The last 30 seconds redeemed it in some minor fashion. Overall, a trash episode. I think this was just an excuse to go to Coachella and film some scenes,
right?
And get some free Beyonce tickets. That's all this was, and so that's all. This was a. If it wasn't for the big girl Kelly, who is one of my favorite characters on the show, this whole episode would have been total trash. It was a complete waste of time. Are y'all feeling the new dude that she met from the lift ride?
Man, hell no. I'm gonna say right now, the new dude is trash, yo. I told my wife that. I was like, y'all ain't learned yet. Don't date light-skinned niggas with green eyes. You gotta get out of it, man.
It's racist.
It ain't hold on. I ain't never heard a good story with the brothers.
Hold on now. That's like 7/10 of my whole angle, man. What are you talking about? Let's not hate on that part of this.
Yeah, he was trash, man. I mean, he ultimately, as we seen this season that she been hanging with him, my brother, that's the same dude got into the fight in the Uber, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, right. That's
same dude. So the first time you meet him, he fighting in the Uber. Come on, bro. You already done broke out on a fight.
He was defending her honor.
He was defending her
fine, but it still goes against your record. Sorry.
I don't understand why Ryan apparently hates black women. That's what we got to get down to, because you called a black man a weirdo or crazy because he defended that lady, and now you calling this guy a loser because he defended Issa. She told the dude,
He
don't
has a
smoke in the
problem.
car.
Yeah.
Don't do the drugs in the car. The dude was arguing with her like, whatever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
And the
so
dude was
man,
3 times that man's size, and he still
Right.
fought him. You crazy. Like,
Right.
I've been like, can you please put that blunt out, please, sir?
And not only fought him, but worked him over. I'm
Yeah.
talking about was beating him down. So I'm all in. Like when he did that, I'm like, I'm gonna ride with this dude. This dude ride or die. I like that character. I can't remember his name.
Let me stop you.
Like
Let me stop you there. I rode with him to that point, but then this episode, when they ran into him at Coachella, and the man had the shirt off with the whole chest hanging out for like obviously for like 15 hours. The man was just sitting there at the whole pool party, and then the entire concert, and he just had the shirt with that much chest hanging out of the shirt. Like I wasn't rocking with that. I wasn't feeling that. Like you get
talked her into breaking into the pool on the last episode too.
Yeah, and so like man, this dude,
another strike.
But the whole chest out thing, I wasn't feeling it, man. So like I was like, man, just okay. You can put one of those buttons back on now, please, sir. So I don't need to see your chest this whole time. So
now, how are you mad at him for having his chest out? But right before the podcast, you were talking about you were in a teddy at the crib. Like what's up with this? Like you and Ryan's picturing you in the teddy, and it was just a whole weird group message. But you mad at this dude for having his chest out? You just went full Oscar de la Hoya. Come on, man.
Ryan, go ahead and bookmark this. We taking this whole part out right here.
Right.
This is blasphemy right here.
When you say stuff out of context, it's always a problem. Look, it was a malfunction on your keyboard. Right?
I was trying to say really, and for some reason it changed to Teddy, and I have no clue why. But we're not going to get into that. But so the other part I didn't like. The other part I did not like. So the dude had 2 friends, 2 male friends with him, and so of course like he ran into Issa, so he's like, okay, so we're gonna all kick it together. So the little dude, the little black guy.
Well, he didn't run into her. He texted her and told her to come there.
Yeah, but it was still kind of like it was still unplanned or something like that. It was just kind of like
to the pool party.
Oh yeah, but they don't. Yeah, and so but then the little dude, the black dude hooked up with it was implied that he kind of hooked up with Kelly even after she had, let's say, soiled herself, I guess, a little bit. That was the funniest part of the episode. But then the Asian dude got no love. He just kind of hanging around and was all helpful. Like if that was me, I've been like, okay, I'm out, man. There's two of my boys are hooking up, and I ain't got no chance. I'm gonna go enjoy the concert somewhere else or do some drugs.
I would like to say that. So the short dude, why he coming there looking like Caesar or Cornelius from Planet of the Apes? My man was he was rough, man. I was like, this dude. I don't want to be judging another brother, but in the grand scheme of things, I guess I don't know how you roll. In a pack like that, maybe you want to make sure you're the best looking brother, increase your odds, blah blah blah. But my man just, I don't know. I'm not feeling the dude, man. I think he's a bad dude.
He was on that Molly, and he was going home with something that night, and Kelly was that something.
Oh yeah, forgot. Yeah. So and then y'all super grown, and we still on Molly. Are we still on Molly?
I mean,
I'm out on Molly. I'm out on Molly. I'm out on Molly. Everything. That's the part of the show I don't really enjoy, actually.
Yeah, I mean they're at Coachella, and everybody at Coachella is getting faded, so I get it, but yeah, it wasn't interesting to me to watch that part. Like I said, I thought this was one of the weaker episodes. Generally, I think they always do a good job, but
the fight was cool.
So what do we think? So can we get to the big reveal at the end was that she runs into her old fiance or whatever long-term boyfriend, Lawrence.
Paul, did you go back? So you went back and you watched season 1?
I've seen all that.
Okay, all right. So this is exactly what was happening. So as my wife and I were watching it, I was sitting there and I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this without Lawrence on here, because I said this gives us dudes like an actual, point of view from this show. And I said, I don't really like, the rapper dude. He ain't really like a real dude.
The dude with the dolphin teeth.
He just out here being a stereotype. Yeah, my man just out here being a stereotype. So I was like, yeah, this gonna be tough to really keep my attention if this is what we gonna do, and we got this green-eyed dude on here, because I'm gonna lose interest. And right when she said that, and my man
he's looking cleaned up. He's got a fresh fade. I mean, look, clothes. So like I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping happens.
We might be in violation talking about too many dudes on this episode.
This is what I'm hoping happens. Man, this is like the most chicky show. I can't believe y'all got me watching this mess. But like, look, man, this is what needs to happen. This dude, we need to find out that Lawrence became like a tech billionaire overnight somehow, and then Issa's sitting there and she's like quit her job. She has no money. She's going to Coachella for some reason when she has no job and no bank and like a 37 credit score, which is crazy. Like that right there.
I was like, how are they going to explain them going on a vacation when she just quit her job?
Exactly. I mean, every episode we keep hearing,
but Molly always bails them out, no matter what. Molly will bail them out.
But you've seen. I mean, she has no job. She has no poor job prospects. Her credit score is terrible. I mean, you keep hearing these little things. But then the whole reason she got rid of Lawrence was because the man didn't have his stuff together. And so I'm thinking this is going to be the turn. Like he's looking cleaned up now. I bet you he's got like some kind of really good job, some kind of he finally sold an app or something like that. And then she's gonna start wanting him more now, and he's gonna play hard to get. I'm hoping that I can kind of see where this is gonna go. I'm sure they're gonna throw me for some kind of loop, but that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. What do y'all think about that theory?
That's too well. It probably will though, because he's working on that app. He probably got a new app. So I'm sure he's doing well though. I just want him back on the show because his homeboy that was married was hella funny. So I liked him on the show, and it was just a good dynamic to have on the show. And they know that.
Kelly saved this episode, and the one part at the very beginning when the blood dude Thug Yoda when he got in the lift, that was also a great little part. We need more episodes with that dude because that dude every time that dude's in there, he's funny. So we need more. We need more of him.
Yeah, because when I saw him, I was like, "What up, blood?" But yeah, I don't really know what's gonna happen.
Y'all.
They don't choreograph it, so that's good, and that's why I like the show.
But hold on,
I never really know exactly.
We need the women's perspective. Like, so my wife did not watch this episode with me. She's watched others, but like, what y'all's wives think about this episode? Feel the same way or what?
I don't know. We watched it separate because she watches it live. Gotcha. So she watched it last night. I just watched it as soon as I got home from the golf tournament today. I went and watched it real quick. So we watched it different. But I do feel like we do need to have a female host or a woman on here to be able to talk about it so we can get that perspective as well. So we had to figure that out.
Can't we just get Ryan in his Oscar De La Hoya outfit and just can't that just kill two birds with one stone?
No, we can actually get you in your tip, and we can figure that out.
Knew that was coming.
So we're gonna have the listeners vote. Press 1 for Paul and his teddy, and 2 for not. And that's
only two options.
Yep, only 2 options. I did watch I don't know if y'all watched the after show. I always watch the after show.
I tried. I couldn't do it, man. I saw the dude you were talking about.
Your man, the producer came out this time dressed like Fred from Scooby-Doo with that scarf around his neck.
He really did.
Shout out to him, man. He said he was a real man for wearing the scarf too, so shout out for him for making a joke about it.
Shout out to you for making it through that. That's unwatchable for me. I'm sorry. That's a no-go.
I like it, man, because I always like how the process works and what they think about. And sometimes they'll say like, yeah, we wanted to do this or we wanted to bring somebody in. They don't go too in-depth on there. I wish they would have like a for real like Talking Dead does for Walking Dead.
I'm picturing Ryan sitting there on his couch with a glass of white Zinfandel, just watching this after show little thing, the little wind down.
Right, it's sparkling cider. It's not even Zinfandel. It's sparkling cider, and he's drinking it with his little pinky up.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm picturing with his own little scarf around his neck.
Right. Now after each,
I'm not going to have a scarf.
After each sip, he's like,
Gotta aerate.
With his legs crossed, with one leg way up in the air, just like the dude we had on the show.
Something that keep bothering me though is that they sitting on that couch, man, and it's so short. It's so small to the ground. Like, because we both tall, man, and nothing bothers me more than a short couch. You got to get a taller couch, man, because, Issa is basically leaning over where her knee is touching the ground. And get her a tall. She's tall, man. Get her a tall couch. Get her something else. But they stay in front of that pool, man. I don't know what's going on with that pool. I don't know how often that pool is just sitting there. I don't know if that's his pool, her pool, whose pool is it? Those beach balls are always there. This is me. I'm observant, so I'm looking at everything in the background. So y'all didn't care about the beach balls in the back, I guess, huh?
I haven't watched that after show at all. So
yeah, every time the after show comes on, I watch 25 seconds. Like, oh, I make sure to check this out, and then I hear them start talking. I'm like, yeah, I don't care that much, and I turn.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do a for real breakdown then. So one thing that came up, Molly and Issa were saying, the producer too, and they were like, men's friendships were so different. And I thought that was a good kind of topic. Not really a topic, but and why were men's friendships different from women? Because women, they were saying their friendships evolve and they get rid of people and new people come in. You know, I hate to say it, but y'all always be fighting. But dudes, for the most part, you got your boys, and they probably been your boys for a long time. And no matter what that dude went through or becomes, like, y'all still cool.
Yeah.
And they were saying, why was that? So what do y'all attribute that to? Nothing super long.
I don't know. Like me is like, I think for women, there's like something like they need to see their friends more often. But then like dudes, like you can just not see them for a long time, and it's just like you just pick back up where you left off at, and it's like, hey, it's all good, but you don't really get into your head about like, oh, because that's pretty much the whole episode. It's like, oh, we're gonna go kick it for this one girl has her baby, and then we're probably not gonna be able to hang out no more. And they want things to go a certain way and kind of like relive the past, but it just doesn't go like that because everybody's kind of changed and is doing their own thing. And so I think that's kind of the difference, man. Just like you know, it's like, hey, they want things to stay this way and they got to stay in contact. Whereas dudes, it's kind of like, all right, we'll see you when you see you, and it'll be the same way, and we're gonna make jokes about you the whole time anyway when we ain't talking. So it don't matter.
What you think, Ish?
I don't know. I feel like men may have just lower expectations. Like for a man, as long as you don't outright do something, you know, if I don't loan you money and you tell me, forget me, I'm not paying you back, as long as you don't do something blatantly disrespectful, like right. We cool. Whereas women typically, I don't know, it just feels like they take things more personal. They take slights more personal than men generally do. So we can sit up here and talk and riff on each other and talk about titties and this and that and the other, and nobody's feelings are hurt. And it seems like with women more so, they just have those emotional, those emotional disconnects to where, all right, if you slight me, then it's just more of a problem. But I have no idea. I mean, I'm generalizing with that, but it just seemed like, I mean, dudes, number one, we don't really get that tight with everybody. Like we got a few ride or die cats that we with, and then we got a bunch of people that just, you know, we cool with acquaintances, whatever. But I don't know. It is interesting, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that too. I mean, I agree with what both of y'all said. That's exactly what it is. It's like I don't expect a whole bunch out of y'all. Like, because I'm doing my thing. I know y'all doing y'all thing. We have women to attend to, which takes a lot of time and effort. You know what I'm saying? Weird. It takes a lot of time and effort. Yeah, but it's your wife, so it doesn't sound weird. But it takes a lot of effort, you know? And, you know, so when I come home from work, I ain't got to talk to y'all. Well, although we in a group chat, but I don't have to be on the phone with y'all all the way on my drive to work and then all the way on my drive from work. And then if I don't call you when I finish cooking dinner, then you're going to get upset with me. And that's too much work. I'd be like, I wouldn't be friends with y'all either if I was a woman.
Here's a good example too. So one of my homies, like super duper tight, actually was in the running to be best man when I got married. You know, when I'm thinking about who am I going to pick, and he ended up like not even coming. Like he had to go to a family reunion, and this is a partner. Like him and Ryan, I met him at the same time. We rode together. And so he's like, man, I got this family reunion. I really want to take my kids, whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, cool. Like, I didn't feel any certain kind of way about it. Big deal. Because I know we tight, we cool. You want to do this family reunion? Go for it. Like, I didn't feel any kind of way about it. But I feel like a lot of women, and not all women, because not all women are the same, but a lot of women.
Say that or we'll get hate mail.
I'm not saying it for that. I'm just saying it because I believe it. But a lot of women, something like that, especially if it's somebody who could be your maid of honor or maiden of honor or one of your bridesmaids, and they're like, "Oh, I can't come to your wedding." Like, I feel like it would be World War III.
You would never talk to them again. Yeah. You wouldn't meet their kids. You wouldn't meet their spouse. Y'all would be done. If Ishmael didn't have me as his best man, I wouldn't have cared because then I ain't have to buy no tux. It would have been cool. If I wasn't in the wedding, it would have been cool too. Still would have been there.
Right.
all I gotta say is, Mama Ishmael, you just direct all your ire for this episode and this misogyny that I'm hearing, this blatant misogyny towards your son at Ish Creates.
Never that, but I do. I mean, it is weird having these conversations without a woman's point of view.
It sure is.
So you got your,
we don't need to give a woman's point of view because we're giving our man's point of view.
Right. We're gonna call this mansplaining. We're gonna call this mansplaining.
Mansplaining. But women, if you
review.
have a point of view, if you have a rebuttal, if you think we crazy, if you think we sexist or whatever, Paul, then just hit us up on the email. What is the email? theblackdelegatespod@gmail.com. So hit us up and let us know what you think, and we'll read it on the air, good, bad, or ugly.
Yep, sure will. All right, fellas.
I think
that's it.
We went deep into Insecure.
Topic, it was silly anyway.
Yeah, we went deep into Insecure this week, so we can move on.
Yep.
Shut it down.
So, with that being said, Ishmael, where can they find us if they would like to share the podcast or listen to the podcast?
Well, like I said, you can always email us at theblackdelegatespod@gmail.com. We are on Twitter and Instagram at Black Delegates. There's an underscore between Black and Delegates. If you want to reach the Black Ryan, he is at the Black Ryan on Twitter. Paul is at BoxWinePoppy on Twitter. And I am at Ish Creates. That's ISH Creates on Twitter and Instagram. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. And we're almost up to date on YouTube too. So you can subscribe to us there. Paul, what else can they do to help out the pod?
Rate the podcast, rate us 5 stars, and tell a friend. And tell a friend, man. Tell a friend. Give us the reviews. Let us know what you think.
All right. Anything else, Ryan?
Damn.
Let's see.
Give us feedback.
You gotta think
Give us feedback on the Insecure. If you like it, if you don't like it, let us know. We like feedback, even if it is stab Paul.
Yeah, really, because I haven't got any emails, and frankly,
Paul hadn't got no hate mail in a while.
Hey, just to let y'all know, I'm watching this Insecure only for y'all. Like, I would if this wasn't for this podcast and getting content, I would definitely not be watching the show. It is a black girls. It is 100% black girl. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a very girly type show. It's not my type of thing. Not what I'm into. But I'm watching it, and I
like the show.
It's enjoyable.
I feel like it's balanced. I wasn't. Like, when y'all were like, let's talk about it for the podcast, I was kind of like, what? But I will watch it anyway, because I think, especially the first season, I think it was balanced. But, yeah, I mean, it's...
For a while, that first season, like, I was talking to you about it, because it was dude stuff happening, and my wife was just like, I don't understand. I wish we need to go back and review all of that, because that's where the good stuff was at. But it'll come back.
Yeah, it'll come back.
I know.
It might come back. I mean, like, it's... right now, it's just really... Not to say it's bad show. I definitely like the character. I like how they're just showing like real life, like, hey, my job my prospects ain't good. I got to do Lyft. I got to do these little things like that. I like some of that stuff that they're doing. I even enjoy some of Molly's like arc at her career. I don't really care about her love life stuff, but the career stuff, I definitely kind of enjoy.
All that stuff was the best stuff.
Yeah. So, but
can't talk about Dro,
but just overall, it's just a very chicky show, and that's just not what I usually watch. Not to say it's a bad show, just like I'm not into that type of.
It's not Terrace House. We'll agree that.
Man, we got to get on that, dude. I watched another one this weekend. I'm officially out on that mess. I need to know how you stumbled upon this mess. I need to know what's in your weirdo Netflix search history that had this show pop up, because like there is no way I would find this on my own. I don't know how you found this thing.
I told you it was an internet article. It was actually a news article that talked about it, and that's what got me onto it. But
man, there was so much.
That's neither here nor there, man. We done been a little long, so let's go and wind this up. Ryan, you were about to say one last thing.
Yes, arrivederci.
Adios. Hasta luego. Deuces. Peace. Goodbye.